And it's Collins in at the 5. Well, Grant, we're still early on in this new season. I imagine it can be difficult to get back into the flow of things.
You know, B.A., you're spot on. It definitely takes some time to get used to the grind of the season again. You know, between the traveling and the hotel rooms, changing time zones. But you find your flow again eventually.
Kispert outside. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball.
Chicago ball.
Here's Simons. MP scanning the floor. To the right side. Clock at 6. Buzelis' shot is good.
Just good, aggressive play by Buzelis. Not shying away from some physicality inside.
For 3, McCollum. Collins with the rebound. And now just over a minute played here in the first. There's no question about the skill level of C.J. McCollum. A long-time NBA star, Stan.
Well, look, at this point, it's just muscle memory for him. From so many spots on the floor, B.A., one of the things that impresses me the most is how he scores against good defense.
Here's McCollum. Chicago making their last shot. Back to Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
A wiry athlete, Jalen Johnson. 2 loud points.
MP against McCollum. Here's MP. The rebound by the Hawks. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
I really think the nail in the coffin was their missed free throws. That's usually an ominous sign.
Yeah, and it can be deflating when you leave all those points at the line. But it generally is a make or miss lead.
Now here's Simons. Coming off a 16-point game against Orlando.
Yeah, classic block out. You love to see that. Taking care of the defensive glass.
McCollum with it. Now guarded by MP. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Okoro. And he banks in the layup.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Now here's Risacher. His last outing, he had 18 points.
Love to see this kind of aggression from Okongwu. Great job playing with force inside.
And now the first timeout called here for Chicago. And going against Atlanta, their first meeting on the year.
After sweeping these guys last year, they have to feel confident about their chance.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
They've got Gershon Yabusele, Josh Giddey out there with MP. Then it's Buzelis, and it's Collins in at the center position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Shot's good by McCollum.
Well, whether he's scoring or passing, McCollum is extremely skilled at running the pick and roll.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Guys, Trae Young's contract in Atlanta was coming to an end, and both sides could not reach an agreement on a long-term contract extension. So trade talks ensued, and Trae Young finds himself in a new destination that now makes him the lead franchise guard in a new home.
A new day. All right, Shams, thanks for the update. Hawks trail by 9. Top of the key, and the shot goes down. McCollum's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Well, after a bad start, he looks like a different player right now.
Here's MP. There's 1:47 left to play in the second quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Inside, Collins. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. And the Bulls lead by 9.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
There's McCollum with the 3. That won't go either for McCollum.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Jalen Johnson, great in the two-man game, and he talked about how he operates off the pocket pass. He said, quote, "It's simple. You got to read before the catch. Point 5, quick decisions. Just how quarterbacks have progressions with receivers, I have progressions in the pocket, and I read those." Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. McCollum finds Johnson. And he lobs it up. Trying to go for a lob there. Excellent defense and anticipation to stop it. Here's Buzelis. Again, the Bulls score.
Looking agile on the attack, it's so good to see Buzelis taking the initiative on offense and capitalizing.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. McCollum's got 11 points.
And he's single-handedly trying to keep them alive. Terrific scoring quarter. Will it be enough, though?
Outside Giddey. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
McCollum outside. Gets it off. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Chicago Bulls going into the break up 12. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. We'll be right back.
Please give a big round of applause for your Bulls Youth Dance Team.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. And so McCollum will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Down by 12. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game with the Nets. That'll be the second of 4 games total on the road for them. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder. Johnson and Okongwu, the duo inside. C.J. McCollum is out there with Kispert, and it's Risacher in at the 3. Pass to Simons. Here's Buzelis. MP up top. 4 on the clock. The Bulls need to get off a shot. The 3 from Okoro. Rebound Atlanta. Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost.
McCollum taking his time here. And Atlanta misses again.
Stumbling to start the second half. 3 straight misses.
Rebounded by Johnson.
Aggressive move, but that was great D to prevent the easy bucket.
Now here's Risacher. Tight defense on him. Collins with the defensive effort.
Well, I'm sure this wasn't what they planned coming out of the locker room. They need to calm down and regroup.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
And it'll be Atlanta with their first time out of the game here. And players these days with great ball handling, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
Oh, you know, B.A., the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where...
Substitution on the court.
.156 left in the fourth quarter here. Pass to Risacher. Kispert outside. Now here's Kuminga. 6 to shoot. The Hawks need to get one up here. Daniels. No good on the 3. Chicago leading by 19. Okoro is out there with Buzelis. Then it's MP. Then there's Anthony Simons. And it's Collins in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Buzelis. He's watched by Kuminga. Here's Okoro.